Jack Moves Pod. We back in the building off vacation.
Woo!
We had a hell of a vacation.
Yes.
It's
my birthday.
We here with Eddison, Spade, Sainsbury Jr.
My fellow Aries.
The R&B sensation.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, brother?
I'm amazing, bro.
Thank you for pulling up on us, man.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, bro.
So I want to start the podcast off about you started doing background singing at 10 years old?
Hold up.
Wait. I just want to ask this question first.
Okay.
It wasn't background singing, but I was doing commercials.
Oh.
So I don't know if y'all remember Sugar Bear cereal.
I remember Sugar
Yeah,
Bear.
hell yeah.
Sugar Bear, when you want some tasty fun, it's the Sugar Bear and Golden Crisp. Golden That was me.
That was
me in the commercials, bro.
Get the fuck out. How we didn't catch that, yo? I didn't we
Because
not
you know
catch
why?
that?
Because I can't find the footage.
I'm about to say, because I YouTubed the fuck out of you, bro. No homo.
I just wanted to ask that question before we get to started because that interests
nah.
me. But
That's pretty interesting, though. Take a shot to
Sugar
that.
Bear.
So let's take a shot to that.
as we always start
Yeah,
our podcast, Yave, tequila
Yes.
to the top. Let's pour them shots.
Unlock possibility, baby. Shout out. So this is my boy from my neighborhood. He's the only Puerto Rican owned
Tequila in the
company
world.
In the world. And
Really?
I am a big fan.
And
of
this does
tequila.
not give you hangovers because there is no sugar in it.
That's right. And it still
Listen,
tastes good.
Only natural sugars.
So
Here we go.
no
But
sugar.
anyway, Puerto Rican owned, and he's from my block, literally. Like
Oh,
we grew
word?
up on the same block. It's a good dude. I'm really proud of him. So
I love that.
he took the honor of sponsoring us, and that's how we rocking.
Okay.
All right.
Yave tequila.
Yave
unlock
tequila.
Yave
unlock
tequila.
possibilities to the top.
To the
Yes,
top,
sir.
baby.
Cheers,
Salud.
fellas.
Cheers.
It's no burn there. That was smooth, wasn't it? That was smooth.
And they gave you that jalapeno in there, right?
I can't tell you the last time I drank tequila.
That was-
Did not feel the burn right here.
Yeah. And it
I
tastes
might
good.
be able to rock with that.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
That jalapeno is fire too. though. All right.
Yeah, so
That's the kind of response
we'll
we
get to
get.
that later.
Okay.
We'll get to
All
that
right.
later.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We won't have you too fucked up in here slurring your song. Your
Nah.
lyrics.
So for our audience, let's break down your R&B career, your inspiration. I know it was your dad inspired you to get into R&B, but tell us a little. Tell us a little about yourself, if you don't mind.
All right, Spade. First of all, that name came from me playing spades at an early age too. So,
Okay.
but yeah, as far as music, my dad been in the music industry since 15 years before I was born. Him and his partner at the time had the first black recording studio in Manhattan.
Wow.
Yeah, it was his partner name is Van Gibbs, who is Salaam Remy's pops.
Oh, Salam Remy, the
producer.
The producer,
yeah. That's he
did.
like Fam.
Wasn't he Tony responsible for Tony?
No, he did.
Or Grand Pooba and them?
He worked with the Fat Boys.
Oh, he was
Nas, Amy Winehouse.
Okay.
Like,
all right. I don't know. All right.
When you hear his work, you'll know.
All right.
But yeah, so from there, I kind of was just in the studio, and I would just see, like, I would walk in the studio as a kid, and Lauryn Hill would be in there recording something. I'd just be like,
Oh, man.
man.
You met Lauryn Hill? Okay.
Man, I didn't know at the time it was that big of a deal, you know what I'm saying? But I sang background on Karen Will. That's probably what you're talking about. I sang
10 years
background
old.
on a Karen Wheeler record when I was 10.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
okay.
there you go.
Karen Wheeler from Soul to Soul.
Ooh, they got
Which
some songs.
Lauryn Hill did you meet? Did you meet the Sister Act
No,
or
this
like
was-
the Miseducation?
It was definitely the Sister Act. She wasn't there. She was on time at this time. She came to the studio on
She came
time.
on time.
Okay, I got you.
Look, I ain't trying to play you, Lauren. I love you to death.
So
You're a
you've
legend.
been all right. So hold on. I know you said a little bit about the career, but just give it a little background of where you from. You know,
Okay.
how you got into, like you said, your father was already in the game, but where's Spade from? If anybody doesn't know,
I'm from Brooklyn.
From
From Brooklyn.
Okay.
Born
Brooklyn
and raised.
in the house.
Seed
You know what I'm
yards.
saying?
Seed
Yeah.
yards.
My family from Belize, though. My mom's and my
What
pops
is it?
from
We
Belize.
just talked about that?
Yep.
I figured that.
And people be like, Belize? Oh, my
Belizean.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
All right.
right.
You been there? You been back to your
I
country?
used to live there.
Wow.
Yeah, and back in 3rd grade, I went every year, like from the time I was born for the summertime.
Okay.
My moms would just ship me to Belize. Yo, stay for the summer.
Right.
But in 3rd grade, I actually lived there for the whole year. Went to school the whole 9.
Right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So yeah. It was crazy.
So what's the experience as far as what you remember from being in Belize?
I look at Belize different than a lot of people look at it. Everybody like Belize, coral reef vacation. Yeah. I look at it like, yo, Belize got the gutter too. You know what I'm saying?
When you land in Belize, I've been there. Mm-hmm. When you land in Belize City is
it get real. It gets real.
Oh, you been to Belize?
Yeah, and you get I got on the boat and then I went to Key Coker.
Yep.
I went to Key Coker.
That's where you go.
Yeah, that's where you go.
All right, come on, give it to me. What's Key Coker? What is that?
All right, so when you go to
and
Belize,
that's not even the best one. That's the I ain't had it like that.
I want to go to Belize. So
you go to Belize.
If I was going to Belize, put me in Belize.
All right, so
right now.
One or two things you could do. When you land in Belize City, you could either say, all right, I'm not going to experience Belize City. I'm going to go straight to the Keys, which is what a lot of people do.
That's what I did.
Or you could go into the city, experience Belize lifestyle, go to the market, go downtown, and then get on a boat and go, to the Keys. Now, there's like three or four islands, little small islands in, off the little coast of Belize that are still Belize, but they call Keys. Okay. Key Coker is probably one of the most popular ones. Everybody go there. You literally could walk around the whole island in
no cars,
hours.
No cars on the island. None of that. They got a little airport. Like, you sure this airplane going?
Yeah, you in golf carts all day and you just swimming and eating. That's all you do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So as far just to get an idea of when you say you going to Belize the city, is it rough? In that area, you don't want to go there. That's why you're saying that.
There's some areas that you can go to. You be like, all right, it's cool, but it's like anywhere you go. Okay. You know what I'm saying? There's areas where we can go there, but there's areas where don't go there if you don't know nobody.
When I think of Belize, you know who I think of?
Who? P Diddy, man.
Yeah,
Shine,
my boy Shine.
Yo, Shine that's one of my
favorite artists on the low.
He's a big deal out there,
bro. Yeah, isn't he like the president or something?
He's about to be. He's about to be because his father was high in office. Yeah. So when his father steps down, he's gonna take it. But there's a lot of
it's a beautiful country though, and like the majority of the people in that country, and you tell me if I'm wrong, everybody speaks patois, English, Spanish.
Yeah,
really.
Everybody.
It's
you speak any of that?
Technically, it's the only non-Spanish speaking country in Central America, but
non-Spanish speaking.
But because Mexico's on the top, Honduras is next door, Guatemala. You know what I'm saying? There's clearly people that's gonna speak Spanish. Mm-hmm. I don't speak Spanish, but I do speak patois when I need to.
Your mom, any of your parents?
Clear as day. Like you.
What, patois?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you talk to them like on some regular stuff. Yeah. That's how they speak.
Yeah.
But they've been here for so long.
Do they speak Spanish?
Nah.
None of them. Oh,
nope.
Okay.
Nobody in my family. Well, nobody in my family.
Okay.
So when did you know you had some talent? Did you know, or did somebody tell you about it?
Nah, somebody told me.
Okay.
Because I think I remember this particular moment vividly. I was in the studio, and the studio had stairs to go downstairs. Upstairs was like, the living room, reception area, had a kitchen. And then you go downstairs and it's the studio. And one day I was walking down the stairs and I was singing something, and somebody called me R. Jelly, right? Just as a joke. This dude named Snow Cone. He's a producer out of Jamaica. Yeah, producer out of.
That's not better than R. Jelly.
So he just called me that. He was like, "Yo, you sound like R. Jelly, right?" And I'm just like, "Why? Why are you saying that?" And from there, it was like, yo, you can sing, man. Mm-hmm. You should probably pursue this. And at first, I wanted to play football.
How old were you then?
When I really figured it out?
No, when that person told you, called you R. Jelly.
I was probably like 7.
Wow.
So you were singing already?
Yeah, but I did some stuff before just because I was around it. Like my dad, like I said, when I was born into the studio. Mm-hmm. So it's just things that I would do.
Was your dad into singing? Or
my father does not sing. He plays 5 instruments though.
So all right. So check this out. So what drew you to singing instead of being a rap artist or instead of being an instrument guy?
Yeah, instead of playing 5 instruments.
Something was. Maybe you might not have that answer, but if you decided to walk around and just start singing out of nowhere just because you like aren't soul music, then at that age. Then it's built in your DNA, no?
Probably.
You heard somebody singing if you was walking down the steps at 7.
So this is what it was a group my dad was working with called Live and Direct.
Live and direct.
And they were 4 dudes, kind of like a Boyz II Men kind of situation. They all sang harmonies all day, and that's the people who I saw the most in the studio, because they were trying to get on at that time, and I would just see them working on harmonies and this and that, and I would pick up on it and I'd just start singing it just because that's what I saw. Right. So from there it was like, oh, okay, you got that. So that's probably where it came from.
And how long? Without throwing your age out there, how long have you been singing?
You know, it's not. I think you should just throw your age out there.
I don't care, man.
I think you're mad. I think you have a age is like, oh, you that young? And he can sing.
You know how it is when it comes to the industry. You know, you can't really expose ages because it can affect your,
Listen, man, we in a different day and age now where we make the industry. I just wanted to make sure I was doing
it the right way.
Yeah, of course.
But that's like, yo, dog.
That's official though.
You like 2 years older than me. Nah, I'm just saying. I think I'm the older now. You the oldest in the room, but
I'm usually the oldest in the room. I won't tell. I was gonna ask you your age, but I'm not gonna tell.
I'm 35,
mine.
bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
you
tell.
a baby.
Yeah, I just turned 35.
Come on, bro. Yeah, you still got a lot. I remember when I was 35. I wasn't as put together as you, bro. I just got put together for
life happens quick, bro. Life happens quick.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, real quick, man. So speaking of life, like as far as what the game has done for you, I see you've been background vocals for Lyfe Jennings. I think you've also done
Mac Wiles.
Mac Wiles.
Did I see Bobby Brown on the list?
That was my first ever gig singing background. Like my first ever going on tour singing background.
Wow.
Can I throw in Anthony Hamilton? Nah. All right. I thought I might have caught you.
I did Tyrese real quick.
Tyrese, maybe.
We did plenty of shows with Anthony Hamilton singing background with the people who I sang for. We did plenty of shows with Anthony. Case was another one.
So here's how I look at that.
Yeah.
Cause I'm really confused at the industry, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the industry be backwards sometimes, right? So if I'm a dude that has a company, has a label, right? Yeah. And John is the dude, and then John and his team brings you in to do background, and obviously I'm watching your performance and I'm listening to your pregame and all that stuff. Like, damn, this dude right here, why he's not in the front? I look at some of these artists that you're naming. And of course, not just because you're my friend, but I also listen to some of the stuff that you do have on public platforms, and I'm like, bro, you're way more appealing than these artists. You got a way better voice, and with all due respect to them, because they obviously are major figures in the game, and they've done something to get to where they are, right? But I'm also like, how could someone not put you in front, like, if they haven't already? What has the game brought to you in that perspective? Like, why have you been behind the scenes making other people famous, and it didn't really hit like that for you?
Put it like this: there was a certain music to get on, and music has gone through phases. Back in Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, all you had to do was have the talent. Like, you can sing? We're gonna mold you into whatever we want to mold you into. Then it went to DJs. Oh, you can pay me this amount of money to play your record? Cool. I mean, that still happens, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Now it's social media.
Right.
If you have a specific following on social media, you will get on. So when we talk about the artist that I sang background for, Lyfe Jennings, he was on Apollo. He won Apollo like 4 times in a row, playing the guitar. So that's where people fell in love with him at. Then we talk about Case. We know what that is. Case was around. He was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? He knew people.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of label meetings, playing records. Before they asked me what my name was, before they heard a song.
How many people you've got?
How many views you got on YouTube?
That's
how many
the question
followers
now?
you got on Instagram?
Wow.
Yep.
And how many TikTok views or whatever, if you're talking about.
All right, so devil's advocate.
That's
respectfully,
crazy.
I agree.
I ain't mad at it.
In this day and age, the way you market artists and the way most of the time the label doesn't have to do a lot of work because the marketing is already there.
Right.
They just need distribution, or they need to get into the radios or whatever the case may be.
Doesn't that take the soul out of everything?
It does, but it's a business, and you know me. I'm always on a business. Like I always separate that person.
I know it. I know you're a businessman, but we're talking about art right now.
All right, but
so when you take the art, let me add.
Yeah.
When you take the art, you go with the business, and you take the art, the soul out of the art. What are you left with?
On a business level?
No. What is the platform left with when you take the soul out of the art and make it just a business?
That's a good question. But let me tell you what that answer is. I think what you got is what you see now. Right? It's the ability for anybody to do anything now. It's a fucking wild, wild west out there.
What's the R&B game looking like right now?
I just posted this the other day. The women are killing the game.
Did we just say that?
Killing the game.
I just said that.
Yo, not to say that there's not dudes out here doing their thing, because there's a couple dudes that I listen to religiously. I'm still a huge Chris Brown fan. I don't care what nobody say. I love Lucky Day. You know, I'm listening to him heavy. You know, Bryson, he's doing his thing. It's a couple dudes out there. But the women are killing the game.
Give me your top 3 women that's doing something right now.
Her is number 1. I'm listening to her every day.
Every day.
Jasmine Sullivan, love her to death.
She just dropped a new song.
Love her to death.
Jasmine's been a beast.
Been a beast.
Beast.
I saw her live one time ever in my life, and I was blown away. I'm a fan for life.
Okay.
Who else do I love that's a woman? I love Snow Allegra too, man.
Snow Allegra. I never.
What's her?
Yes, you do.
Hit a ball. There you go. Hit a ball for us.
The one that what's the dude from Black Panther? That he acted in Black Panther. He was in the video with her.
Oh, I haven't seen.
See, I've been dying for your love. You heard that joint?
Well, shit, now I heard it.
I heard it. I just wanted him to sing it.
I want to hear it again, bro. Now,
she got some stuff.
Whoa. So all right. So jumping into that, into what you just did, right? So I did a little bit of research on trying to find music on Spade.
Yeah. Oh, let's go there. This is one of the things I knew he was going to be mad at me about, okay? I knew both of y'all was going to be mad at me about, but there's a good reason for it. So
all right, we'll get to that.
Talk to us.
We'll get to that, but let's get to my point, right? So I see back maybe 10 years ago almost, you had some videos up of you doing covers of other songs where you were killing those covers. And just with the regular video, audio, nothing like edited or nothing. You sounded amazing, right? And Jacquees, for now, I don't want to name drop, but he's like mastered that right
He's
now.
the cover guy.
He's the cover guy. Like whether you like
still?
him or not.
Because I haven't heard about him lately. Still?
Well, he's been falling back, I guess. Right? Or maybe you know, I don't know, man. Spade's here, right? Spade's here now. But is that something that you are is that something that you'll look to get back into, to give yourself that social media platform? Because I feel like that's what is pulling the attention for R&B singers right now.
So as mad as y'all are with me, I'm mad at myself too. Okay. Right? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because
accountability.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm big on that. You know,
Black
shout out to my black brothers.
Yeah. Yes.
Shout out to my black brothers in therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Well, we're gonna talk about it a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
So I'm mad at myself because the way I was raised is, you gotta do your own thing. Don't do what everybody else is doing. So in my head, coming up, I was like, damn, everybody doing these covers. People been doing covers on YouTube, and I was just like, I gotta figure out a different way. That way never really came, you know what I'm saying, to get my social media presence up. So I fight with myself to say, just do the covers, my man. So, I took some time to figure myself out, figure my situation out, and I got like 15 covers that's ready to go, but I want to make sure when I put them out, the whole rollout is official.
So are you putting them out like in a consecutive planned order? Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what a lot of people got stuck with too. I got some people that I've done business with, and I look at that patience being a curse for them. Like, all right, I got some hits, but I'm gonna wait. Yeah. Nah, man, get that shit out there. Let that shit. You never know, man.
You're right.
You know, I felt like that. I don't want to jump too much into this, but I felt like that about when I first started my business. I was like, yo, how my friends gonna look at it? I mean, that's probably not how you looking at it, but I knew I had the firepower already. I just needed to launch. And my wife was just like, just fucking do it. I launched in the middle of the night, right? In the middle of the night, so nobody was watching, right? In the middle of the night. Yeah. And within 2 hours, I got a response. It was one of the most joyful moments for me in the world because I just didn't even think anybody would give a fuck, right? So when I hear people say, yo, I got all this firepower, but I'm waiting to let it go. I don't know your plan, bro. So I'm not trying to convince you to do it.
Not to cut you up, but from the outside looking in, can he sing?
How can he sing?
Bro,
that man been singing. He been singing.
And we heard a lot of singers with big deals that can't sing like you, brother.
But
I know it's a lot of other
I watch you do weddings. I watch you post I see more. Yo, bro, I see more videos of you doing other people, like serenading other people and you know, of course, and people that hire you to do things of that nature than I do of your music. And I'm really, I don't want to say I'm upset with you, but I don't know, maybe you do have a lot of music in the chamber, but it's like, bro, this is like talent that should not be wasted, bro.
Which one of those covers you feel the strongest about
right now?
Yeah.
I just did one. I just did this Giveon joint. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He got
G-I-V-I-E-O-N?
Yeah.
I think I got to take the second eye out.
I'm murdering that joint. I'm killing it.
I've heard of him.
Yo,
can we take like 15, 20 seconds? Can you hit the audience with just a little
with the Giveon?
Wait, let me try to go first. I can't sing.
Hold on, let's do this. And I'm not saying that that nobody's familiar with Giveon. But is there a song in your chamber that is just a song that most people know this song?
There's a song that every time I do a karaoke or open mic, I gotta sing it.
Okay.
It ain't a new song.
Okay, give it to us. What's that song?
It's it's calling my body, it's calling my soul, it's calling my mind. But girl, I gotta go. Baby, it's a grind. Yes, I had a good time, and you were so good. And I really wish I could just stay a little bit longer. Fuck you a little bit stronger. And baby, go a little deeper. Baby, with you, since this thing is calling, I got to answer. Try your eyes, and girl, don't cry, 'cause you're making it hard for me, and I don't wanna leave. Oh, baby, but I gotta go right now, and I'll be back to hold you down. I don't wanna leave you, baby.
Yo,
I almost fell out my chair,
man.
I almost fell out my chair.
Fucking Mother's Day, baby. Yo, listen, man. Yo.
The lady behind the camera had to go take a break.
Come on,
quick
man.
Break.
Come on.
Should have break.
She
would have got a napkin.
She had to go wipe. She had to go wipe her brow.
Wipe your brow, yo.
Yo, that's bro. I gotta sing that song.
Let me ask you about that, right?
Yeah.
That's an amazing talent, especially with ladies, bro.
I wish I could do that.
What advantage has that given you with ladies, bro? Like, and I'm not talking about on a concert level, right? I'm talking more so on like someone you actually dating. Maybe has no idea you could sing. Give me an experience where, girl, you dating, and I know you had to have one.
You ready to go to bed, baby? Let me sing you a song.
And you sung her a song, and it changed it probably changed the relationship from that point on. Give me one. I know you had one.
First of all, I've tried, especially in my older years, to not let women know that I sing because it's always been a thing where, you think just because you can sing that I'm going to want to talk to you? I mean,
Is that the ladies or is that you?
No, that's what they say to me.
Okay.
Oh, that's because they know you sing before that.
Yeah, but a woman that might not know yet,
Yeah.
when she find out, it's like, you know the text messages.
I don't want to leave.
One word and another word.
I don't want to. But I got right now. I'm a stay.
Yo, but on some real stuff, like we can curse, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
on some real
yes.
shit. Yeah. I've been through every phase of the spectrum. Like I've had the woman that's like, yo, I am amazed. And then I've had the girl that's like, bro, why you always singing? Like, I'm dead ass.
I laugh.
Yo.
Good morning, baby.
I've been there. Yo, no, I don't do that, but.
But like, what do you mean when you always singing? Like, you just everything you say to her comes with a melody behind it?
You ever been to
Let's
Broadway?
Say we in the car and a record that I really love come on. You know, I start singing it. She'll be like, yo, can you let the song sing it instead of like you singing it?
Has a girl ever told you that you alright?
You ever
have you ever like nigga, you ain't all that? Like,
of course.
I'm not talking about like after y'all arguing. I'm talking about like, the first time she heard you fucking with her. This is the first time she was like, alright, but you got probably not. If that happened, it's probably for someone who already knows how to sing. It's probably say you got like a high pitch or.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that know how to sing that think I'm average. You know what I'm saying? But the people who don't know, or who don't have that talent, and they hear me sing, I'm like, oh wow.
Not saying you average at all, but I think that's the great thing about singer too, is that there's some artists that really have a mellow tone, really like just can sound really well singing, and that's all you care about, right? You don't have to hear that yay, that extra
that shit that made me go over here.
So that shit, that shit, the shit that.
And you've been all over the world with it. You've been on the tours all over the world with it,
bro. Like, thankfully, I've been to every major city in the world, bro. Literally. Every single one.
Don't sound average. That don't sound average to me.
It's a blessing, bro.
Who's the blessing for you in your career as far as giving you that platform? Because you've obviously done background for a few people. Yeah. But who's giving you that platform to be like, I've been everywhere with this artist?
Well, the person I've traveled with the most is Sean Kingston.
Wow.
Bruh. People don't understand.
So Sean Kingston has like a more Caribbean style in his music, right?
Yeah.
In
he's a pop artist, but he does have a lot of Caribbean influence.
And his influence in his music sounds Caribbean.
He's Jamaican, right?
Yep. He's a West Indian gentleman anyway, right?
Yeah.
So when you like that transition for you to go from a Lyfe Jennings tour to a Sean Kingston tour, what's that?
Well,
what's that
Sean
transition
Kingston
like?
was the second gig I ever had. Bobby Brown was the first. I owe Bobby a lot of credit though, because
shout out to Bobby Brown.
Shout out to Bobby Brown.
And God bless Bobby Brown. He's been going through a lot of things for a lot of years.
Yes, he has. He's been through a lot. Yeah. Wife,
lost his wife and his daughter to the same nigga.
Come on, man.
I ain't gonna get into that, but let me shut my mouth.
That's all I'm saying. Shout out Bobby Brown.
Yeah, but anyway.
But listen, we got to give Bobby Brown his credit, because Bobby Brown has records that will stand the test of time. Brown.
He's in my playlist right now. I'll put it up.
Yes. Them records come on at any event.
Mostly all of them.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. All of them.
I mean, and if we take it a step further, Babyface
performance level,
a lot of credit too.
Even on the performance level.
Yep.
He was a different animal.
Yep. So let me tell you how I got that gig.
Right.
My father got married to this woman named Jackie McGee, who sang on "Make It Last Forever" with Keith Sweat.
Bro, hold on, stop, bro. That is.
I never heard of her until you said.
Song of all time. And like if I hold on. If I heard that shit, if somebody asked me in a like, what's your favorite in a quick fast without thinking, that's my favorite song. That woman, as good as Keith Sweat was,
what's her name again?
That song.
Jackie McGee.
Anybody that's watching this, if you like that song and it comes on and you love it, great. But if you really want to think about who made that song, that woman, I never knew who that woman was.
Yep.
I never looked at the credits either. But until you said that, if you know her and you ever see, if you ever see her or whatever the case, please let her know someone out there believes that she made that song. Oh my
Well, maybe
Lord,
wait a minute. Maybe full circle. That's what's going on in the industry. You got her making a song in the background, but the artist He's getting all the credit. Even though I'm not taking nothing away from Keith Sweat.
She made it like she wrote it. I mean, like
I'm
she
just saying,
is the one that made that song, that gave that song impact.
And what was her role in that song?
She was the co-singer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man.
So I'm just saying, as far as it's just crazy, like how you brought that song up. Like that's one of, I don't even know how I did not use that song in my wedding.
I've never skipped that song on any occasion. I've never skipped that song.
And then there was a remix. Remember, Mariah Carey and Joe did it with Nas.
Yes, with Nas. Yes. I remember that.
So my father married her. She knew Bobby from being in the industry, and so she was singing background for Bobby. I was living with my pops in Harlem when he was married to her, and one
Your pops
day
from Harlem?
No, he live in Harlem. He's been living in Harlem for a while now.
Right.
I went to rehearsal with her when she was singing background with Bobby, and because it's Bobby Brown, you can't help but to sing these songs. Don't be cruel. You know what I'm saying? You can't help it.
So wait, what songs was you?
So hold on.
Tell it.
Whoa!
No, I mean I wasn't singing on the record, but this is way later.
Oh, okay.
But I'm in the hallway and I'm singing these records, and somebody heard me and was like, "Yo, that he can sing.
Yeah, okay.
We should probably put him on the gig." So I'm coming to rehearsal more often. This is right out of high school.
You were just vibing, singing Bobby Brown records.
Exactly. How can you when Tenderoni come on? How can you not sing that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started going to rehearsals more often, and eventually they was like, "Yo, put him on." And then by the grace of God, the guy who was singing with Jackie McGee at that time was leaving. So it was just
timing.
Fit in the spot.
Yeah.
And then eventually Jackie left, and then it was me and somebody else, and then two other people. So that's how that happened. But I was young. I was right out of high school, so I'm seeing things that I don't normally see.
Right, at a young age.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Hello.
Women and other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
only seeing?
I don't know what.
Unmentionables.
Only seeing?
The unmentionables.
Yo, I went on a tour, but this is probably the most vivid memory I have. I went on a tour bus one day, and I was like, right after a show, we was
with Bobby. You talking?
With Bobby.
Okay.
We did Toad's Place in Connecticut, and I get on the tour bus, and I'm like, "Yo, Bobby, you want something to drink? You want some juice?" Because the tour bus is stopped with mad juice, and he's like, "I'm Bobby Brown. Do I look like I drink fucking juice?" I will never forget that for the rest of my life.
Just like Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
But I owe him all the credit because I learned how to grow up messing with Bobby. That was the first time I was on the road by myself. I was making way more money than I ever knew I could make. And I bought every pair of Jordans that I could ever buy.
All of them.
Every single one.
All of them.
Not to jump off subject, but I'm glad you mentioned that. Like, I want to know, like, I've always wondered as far as like background, because I know there's a lot of artists. Not only are they background singers, but they're writers, right? And sometimes they prefer to be back there, right? What typically is the living lifestyle of a background? Is it a lifestyle that you can actually live comfortably, and the artist can make all the money in the world, but you're like still making good money, living well? Is that something you've experienced? And
the life of the background singer.
Is that something that is attainable in that lifestyle, or you really got to be the person in the forefront to make money in this industry like that?
It depends. Really, it depends on your lifestyle.
I get it.
Yo, I'm cool with a $1,500 apartment. You know what I'm saying?
Which is almost unattainable in New York City, brother.
I got a question. Let me ask you a question.
What city you talking about?
Yeah, we talk about Charlotte or something.
Oh,
we ain't talking about New York.
I was gonna ask him. It looked like the hat that he got on cost $1,500.
Exactly right.
Yo, shout out to Black Owned. This is a Black owned company. You know
Black owned.
Shout out to Black Owned.
Wait, the name of the company is Black Owned?
No, it's called Wear Brims.
Wear Brims.
Check them out on Instagram. One day, you know how they have
spell it out.
WearBrim. Wear Brim. With an S, I think. Wear Brims. I don't know what the .com is.
All right, we'll put it up. We'll put it up. We'll put it up.
They're official, man. They mess with a lot of different colors.
That red
you know what I'm
shit
saying?
is fire, bro.
Yo, I figured out what my style was.
Hold on. Before you jump there, I just want to get an understanding of what
the lifestyle is.
Yeah, what the lifestyle is. Is it
feasible?
is it feasible? Like, and I'm not talking about 1,500, bro, because I think that's like, bro, to be talented like that, in my perspective, and nothing, no shame on nobody work. That's like working a regular job, right? 1,500 a rent. If you could pay 1,500 a rent, and
a car note and
that's typical. That's typical shit. But that's you don't need talent to have that, right?
Yeah.
But when you talented and you can sing and your background singing for other artists, is there a business for you in that world, or you really need to be in the forefront in order to make money?
Also, to add on this question, what are your future goals?
Okay, so let me start here. There's a lot of different factors that go into that. You know, for anybody listening that might be interested or was even in that life, they can attest to this. One is this industry, even singing background, is a lot about who you know. So if I know the right person, they'll say, yo, I know what you could do. We cool. I know that Lettucey is looking for a background singer. Let me plug you, right? When you get in that type of situation where you have a person that is connected as an MD, musical director, who puts the bands together, there's like maybe 5, 6, 7 main ones. Okay. If you cool with Ray Chu, you know, I'm sure you heard of Ray Chu and the crew. They did Apollo. They do all the award shows, all of that stuff, and then you know, there's people who the MD of Usher's band. He puts a lot of bands and stuff together. Anyway, it's about who you know. If you get on the right gig, you good. So Luther's background singers were with him for his damn near his whole career. Okay. They good forever. There's some artists that you with though who, because of the industry, because of the label, because of how old they are, they might want to switch up every year, the look, the sound, whatever it is. So it really depends on who you know, who you getting good with. I mean,
and your
the artists you've been with,
and your ambition
for more than
ambition
too. That
because if you got on that tour, Luther, you good.
You good.
But what if you had ambitions to be like, I want to do my own thing?
Right. That's true too. But
if you were Luther, you locked in.
But then there's a certain level of work ethic you got to have as a background singer that you are not afforded a lot of freedoms when you in the forefront. You can never be late. You can never be off.
No matter how cool your personal relationship.
I don't give a fuck how great you sing, who you know.
You can't be sick.
Because here's the thing. Because I know that when you on these tours, right?
Yep.
Unless this motherfucker or whoever you singing with is the most fucking uppity motherfucker in the world, when the lights and cameras are off, you're gonna have a point where you're gonna interact with that person if you're on a tour with them, right? Yeah. Unless they like some Mariah Carey, with all due respect to her, like she has her own shit. You all the way over here. You probably don't ever see her unless you're at the fucking rehearsals and shit like that. But I think in a situation with a Lyfe Jennings, you probably went and had Waffle House with him or something, or you probably
plenty of times.
You know what I mean? So for you to be someone that kept getting calls back, right? Is it a situation where you look at it like, yo, they calling me back, but why am I not the dude that they say, yo, pull him from behind and put him in front?
It's not a thing, though. Is that a thing that ever happens?
Hell yeah.
It happened one time with Lyfe where we did Summer Stage in Queens, and they was like, Lyfe, do what you want. And Lyfe was like, yo, you want to open for me? And sing background. And I said, of course. I'm in my hometown. You know what I'm saying? My people would come out and see me.
Wait, this was in New York?
This was in Queens, bro.
Oh, in
Summer
Queens.
Stage in Queens.
Okay.
I opened up for him. We did the background show. But other than that, not saying him, but there's a lot of artists who have egos.
Well, you prepared for that time? Because
absolutely.
I
was ready to go. I was ready to go. At that time, I mean, I hit that stage running. I was ready to go. But a lot of artists have egos, so they don't want nobody else to look better than them. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Especially in the R&B world. It's not an easy world, bro. And John, I don't know if you had a question, but
no,
in the R&B
I gotta
world,
answer his question.
Like I know, like I want to ask you, like the state of the R&B world right now, right? It's you said the women are dominating, and you're 100% right, because I can't think about nobody. Bryson Tiller, you mentioned, but I forgot about him. But you
are the women just putting out more content?
I like 6 Black.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But I still have a playlist of old school. I still I have a super dope playlist that I listen to that is nothing nowhere near the 2000s.
Yeah.
He's also very old.
I am, but I look young, man. I look young. Don't get it twisted.
Y'all boys still look good.
But my point is,
we did a lot of partying.
But my point is, it's like, what the state of R&B right now for you, right? Yeah. What's your angle? How do you look at your career right now as, all right, I think I can stay, doing my thing behind it. That's why I was asking you about whether it's a career that you can do and sustain a nice financial, setup for yourself, or is it like, if I don't get out of this shit, I'm never gonna make it in this game.
Right.
So, is it something that you're gonna look at like, all right, I can do this behind the scenes and maybe even write for people, or you like, nah, I need to, like, I'm still trying to get the fuck out the background.
It was one of those things that I looked at as a bridge to answer your question, and kind of answers your question too. It was a bridge for me, like, let me just do this. But at a certain point, when you like, oh, there's a show next week, there's 2 shows next week, you get comfortable. So you like, I know I'm gonna be on a plane at least 4 or 5 times a month traveling. I know it's a guaranteed check. And when you sing in backgrounds, you're not paying for transportation. You're not paying for your hotel room.
Just singing.
You're getting per diem. So I'm getting paid to travel and do something that I love to do anyway. So that's the trade-off. It might not be the most profitable thing,
right?
But again, I'm traveling for free. If I really was on it like that, well, because of the pandemic, there's no shows and stuff like that. So background singers took a huge L.
Yeah,
I mean, artists did too, but there's nothing.
And nobody probably thinks about.
I mean,
at all.
If the headliners
nobody thinks about those people.
Right? Nobody.
Crazy.
There's no jobs for us. You know what I'm saying? Well, for them.
Well, what about in studio music? Like, is it still like? Remember back in the days, rap artists used to do a lot of like a lot of collaborations with R&B
yeah,
artists.
I do that.
Like, is it still prevalent in the game right now where rap and art? Because it doesn't sound like it.
The problem is,
that's interesting.
Right?
Like, you mean like rap artists with R&B features and stuff like that?
Back in the days.
Is that true, or is it just so normal we don't notice it no more?
That was the moneymaker. Actually, if you didn't, excuse me if I'm being too loud, but that was the moneymaker. If you didn't have a top R&B artist or someone that had some sort of...
They was on the features.
That was your come out song.
Yep.
You can have the toughest album in the world, but you had a feature with an R&B artist. And nowadays...
Tell me if I'm wrong. Rappers sing now.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
I wouldn't say problem, rappers, but that's what it is now. They don't need us no more. Because there's auto-tune. They singing now. They don't need us.
They don't need it.
Look at
us like I can sing.
Look at I'm forgetting his name right now. One Eye. What's his name?
Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap was the #1 artist for a while. I'm definitely trying to do that, but I'm trying to do everything else too.
What's everything else?
So I'm trying to do the writing thing. That's something we ain't even talk about yet. Like people who I've actually written for that.
Ooh, let's go.
Bookmark that right here. Now finish your thought. That's bookmarked.
We'll bookmark it. All right. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do the covers. I'm trying to do the features. I'm putting out more singles and stuff. I'm doing all of that. Now I'm at a place where I'm like, just do that shit, bro. Like whatever it is,
what's
just
these
do
platforms you said you put out? Because I searched, man.
They coming. They ain't all the way out there. All right, so let me address that. Let me address that.
I love you, Spade. But my co-host gonna put your feet to the fire.
I'm cool with it. Accountability of black brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. So I have over 200 records right now in my computer. Well, not all of them.
Means nothing to me.
It means nothing to you.
Yeah, because it's there, not here.
There's a good portion of them records that's like, maybe those ain't good enough. Keep those.
That probably
Who says that? Who says that?
I mean, I'm my worst critic.
I'll let you go. I'll let him go.
I'm my worst critic. You know what I'm saying?
I'll let him go.
But
let him go.
100%. We don't make 100% of shots. Basketball players don't make 100% of shots. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna miss a couple.
Yes, sir.
Then there's a large majority of those songs that I love. That at one point, producers was like, "Yo, let's work. Let's do this." And then when it's time to put the records out, they don't want to give me the beat.
Rights.
Yeah,
what?
They don't want to give me the rights to the track. And
it is your shit?
It's not technically mine if they ain't sign off on it. No.
Wait, how does that work?
You could be a producer right now.
How does that work?
You a producer, right? John, you a producer. You make a beat right here. And I'm like, yo, that's fire. I got something for it. We do a whole song right here, right now. 2 weeks later, you could say, I think I could sell this beat to Jay-Z. I think I could sell. So you know what? I don't put it out because I might be able to sell this beat. That shit happened to me
because once
more
it's out,
times than I'm willing to admit to.
So you see that so many times, right?
Yes. I've had legal battles and everything.
Have you found a solution to that issue?
So my solution is go in-house. Dudes that you rock with, producers that you rock with, that know what you could do, that also fit with what I do.
You got that structure in place?
No, I'm asking. Let's skip that. Skip the in-house shit. You on tour.
Yeah.
You lay down some dope-ass lyrics and some dope-ass melodies, some sound to a song.
Yeah.
That y'all just playing with. Mm-hmm. Some reason or another, they like, yo, put that in the vault. This is hard. Mm-hmm. And you like, oh, this might be it. Mm-hmm. But this shit happened to me before, right? And you say to yourself, this is what I need to do in order for me not to let this happen before. Mm-hmm. What is that solution?
That's this bro.
Y'all want that? Y'all want that in the vault? Tell me what we going. What's the potential?
They don't look at it. They don't look at it as their game, because they feel, producers feel like, yo, I could always get another songwriter or another artist to record something on this beat. So it's me like, yo, let me get this beat, bro. Let me get this and put this record out. Give me the rights to it so I can sell it, put it on iTunes, do this, that, da. They just don't want to do that because they feel they can make more money with a more popular artist at the time.
Is there no addition to this game at all, or is it just fucking talent plus all luck?
Nah, in the R&B world, asking, right? Or,
there's some hard work to it.
Maybe just the music industry as a whole. Like, how does, because obviously we all know there's people with way more, with crazy talent that never make it.
Yeah.
So is it luck? Or is it some secret sauce?
There's a lot of luck involved in that. It's a lot of luck.
In the R&B game or in general?
I'm asking in general.
I think it's in general. We in a place right now in music where everybody does music, bro. Everybody. You can probably go around the corner right now, find 5, 6, 7 people that do some type of music. You know what I'm saying? So right now it's about what content you could put out, which is, shout out to House Party. I've been in a couple house parties where Clubhouse, I'm sorry, where some people in there really put me on the game, and they're like, yo, even if you don't got the records right now, put something, pictures, videos, but make it look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I disagree with that a little bit because I come from an era where it's about the music. If I'm making the music, I should be able to put it out, here. So that's what I did a couple times where I'm like, yo, fuck the producer. I'm putting this shit out, but I got to put it out for free.
That's where my disconnect is.
I got to put it out for free.
Because I come from the era, it's like, I'm talented. I got it.
Yep.
But you got to do so many extra things nowadays.
I mean, but you got to think about it this way, bro. Maybe this might be a bad comparison, but if you want to put it quite frank, when you look at the Metro card system, right? Mm-hmm. Back in the days, it was tokens, right?
Yep.
You can't go up to a
Let's generalize that for our international audience that don't know what Metro cards.
Yeah, that's what you use to get on the public transportation in New York City.
So they were one price, and then they went up.
Forget that they were a price, but there was a type of form that you used to pay for it, right?
Like a coin,
which was a coin,
token,
or and then
it was a coin.
It was a coin. You can use quarters. I mean, you can still use quarters and dollars now, but it was an actual token. And then it went to obviously the Metro card.
Yep.
Right. At some point, they created a system where the coin doesn't work. Mm-hmm. The token doesn't work.
Right.
And you have to adapt.
You have to
figure out a way to place yourself either you're gonna be an unlimited person where you can get the unlimited card and be on that shit all day,
or you're gonna single ride that motherfucker.
You can ride that bitch all day because you've created a platform for yourself, or you could be the person that's like throwing dollars in every time just to try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I know how you looking at it in a sense like I'm from the old school way. I did it. This is what I'm used to, right? And I rebuttal you in that, and I say like, bro, nah, this new way, bro. Yeah. It's honestly, if you figure out a way to get into it, it's the easiest way. The hustle that you had to do back in the days, bro, in the 90s, to get notoriety, to get to sell physical CDs was crazy. Yeah. The streaming life, the advertising life, it's been the marketing that's going on right now. If you tap into it, if you release that old school way, and I'm saying that you tapped into it. But because I remember, I don't want to get too deep in it, but I remember when Spade was on fire, which he's always on fire to me, right? But in my world, he was on fire and when I was promoting. And I even talked to him. I said, yo, Spade, I want to manage you, bro. Remember that?
I remember that.
I was like, yo, bro, let me manage you. I remember that. Not a person on earth yet. But I knew that I could do something with you. I just knew it.
But you see what you saying that? That's been my biggest crutch. And I mean, we keeping it funky right here. I'm my brother, so I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. That's been my biggest crutch is I never, because of who I am and where I came from, to be 100% honest, if it wasn't for what I do, I probably wouldn't even be on Instagram or Facebook like that. You know what I'm saying? I got it.
Low key dude.
I'm low key. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying? If you know me, I usually when we used to hang out, I'd always be by myself. You ain't never seen me with a group of people. You know what I'm saying? It was just me. Yeah, I'm with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm with y'all. But I showed up. I showed up just me.
I want to talk about your next goals.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I want to talk about the dream collaborations.
Oh.
We got to talk about the shit that's going on in America. We're going to take a Jack Moves Pod break, and we're going to be right back.
Yeah.
Real quick.
All right.
Until we're finished, we gon' do it like it's about to be the end of the world. And they depending on us to make earth shake and love as we lay down.
We're back with Jack Moves Pod. Before we start, another shout out to our sponsor, Yave Tequila.
Yep. You heard? So we're gonna go with the other brother, which is actually the mother.
I promised our guests that this is the last shot.
We don't want to get them too fucked up. Yeah, we got them fucked up already.
No, we good.
But this is the other mother, right?
Which one is that?
Let's turn this a little bit.
That's the mother. That's the mother.
No, this is the mother.
That's the mother of all of
This
it.
is the Blanco. This is what was Griselda Blanco. This is the mommy.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So
Griselda.
So this is the breadwinner to me, right? Because when you comparing it to like the Patrons and the other tequilas in the market,
the Azuls that
when people be like, popular. "Oh, I can't drink tequila," it's because of those tequilas.
That was me, bro.
But when you drink this one, it's
nothing.
a difference.
I'm telling you,
to the chest.
Yo, that was me. The last time I remember vividly drinking tequila, I don't remember what happened after I drank the tequila. Okay,
you vividly remember not vividly remembering anything.
There we go. That makes a lot of sense.
All right. So let's toast to not remembering shit.
There we go.
To the top,
cheers, fellas.
To the top.
So we're back. Jack Moves Pod. I had a question. I had a question, but
right? Yeah,
it's good.
I love it.
I had a question, but you got something to say.
I think I'm gonna take your question. It probably is the same shit I'm gonna ask. So I want to get a little bit. I want to tap into Spade a little bit.
But wait a minute. Remember where we left off at? We was about to get a little serious right now.
Yeah, and that's why.
Going on.
Yeah. So that's why I want to tap in with Spade a little bit.
Let's get it.
So I have children. I have older children who are teenagers and grown adults, and I'm afraid as a black man every night when I drive out in my car, as low key as I am, right? But as you can see, there's deaths on both spectrums. I mean, on both sides, from our males and our females. by the hands of police officers. So obviously, I want to ask you two questions. So, one, I want to get your feedback on how you felt, not whether you believe he killed him. I know you do, right? Sorry.
Who we talking
about? If you don't, you don't. But I believe you don't, right? Hold on.
Let's talk about. Let's mention the name of who you're talking about.
Yeah. I really don't want to mention his name, but David Chauvin, right? And right not too long after that, I believe in the same day, there was a young black lady killed. Makia Bryant. And she was killed by the hands of another police officer. So I have a perspective and a point of view of how I look at that position, how I look at that situation, as well as which I don't need to talk about the David Chauvin situation, but I want to know how you felt.
Thank God we don't have to talk about that.
We don't have to go too deep into that because obviously I'm happy with the results so far. But I want to know how did you feel as a black man with the results of that case so far?
It's weird to say that you feel happy about seeing someone else's demise, but in this particular case, it's warranted, it's necessary. Right. I remember how I felt when the George Floyd thing happened.
Okay.
And I was angry, bro. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Very.
I was so angry that I couldn't go protest because I know myself, or I knew who I was at that time. Yeah. And I knew I would have been the dude to say something crazy to a police officer, and I'd have been next.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I couldn't do it, bro. I was that angry. Right. So when I heard every guilty verdict, I was like, wow. I was surprised, first of all, because
I actually had a good feeling he was
gonna, that.
Actually, I don't, like, that might have been, first of all, shout out to the prosecution. Bro.
Absolutely.
Bro, that might have been, and I think there was a black man leading that prosecution. I can't remember his
Closing
name.
Arguments.
Please forgive me for that. But that might, and I still want to get your feedback. But
Glory, if you could look up that prosecutor's, that black prosecutor's name for us.
Yeah. That might have been one of the most, compelling, fascinating prosecute. Like, this dude, he hit from all angles, bro. There wasn't, I couldn't find a blind spot. I'm just talking about what I saw that the media posted. I'm not even talking, I didn't follow the case as far as watching it fully through. The man, the team.
Yeah.
Phenomenal job.
They knew what they was doing.
Phenomenal. The defense, laughable. Bro, laughable.
But it's usually like that, bro.
I mean, he did what he did.
Wait. Jerry Blackwell.
Shout the fuck out to Jerry Blackwell.
Shout out to Jerry Blackwell.
Yo, hashtag that man when we post this shit, B.
But I want to ask you, Michaela Bryant, you saw the footage?
Okay.
I want to know your perspective and your conclusions on what you saw.
I don't watch the footage no more, bro.
Did you see it?
I did not see it. I've heard, and I verbally heard what happened, and I visualize it in my head, but I don't want to watch the footage because I don't want to normalize that.
So wait a minute. Now that you say that, this guy he's a great eyewitness. Tell him slowly and quickly what the footage was.
So I've seen two sets of footage. I seen a bystander footage, and then I seen a cop's
body cam.
Yep.
Which one do you believe more, the bystander or the cop walking into it?
1,000% the bystander.
I don't agree with you.
Why?
In this circumstance.
Come back to that. Tell him the scenario and then come back to
circumstance.
that, please.
So the bystander footage is footage prior to the officer getting there, right? So obviously, when you're looking at something from if I'm looking at something from a terrace, right? I see y'all two arguing, and Glow is coming from down the block with a fucking bat down her, and I'm like, oh, she about to crack somebody. of course, it's easier.
You're
for
not
me.
the officer on the scene that knows anything about none of that.
Forget that. Just looking from a peripheral
Super
view.
devil's advocate, right?
Right?
Yeah,
From a
Because I don't
peripheral
bleed
view.
no blue.
Yeah.
I don't bleed blue at all. But I'm also a right or wrong person, right? So when I saw that, so basically what happened is what makes the story so compelling is that the woman who called for help is the woman who died. So they were jumping this girl. Okay? By the time the police officer got there, she was in full go mode. She had a knife in her hand. She attacked a woman. I'm not sure if the woman that she attacked.
Just say what you saw.
All right, so I'm giving you a perspective of what I thought was the most important footage from what's out there. The most important footage to me from what's out there is what's in the officer's body cam, because that's the closest footage.
Which is him seeing Michaela Bryant with the knife attacking the other person.
At the time he pulled up, right? So initially, she was already attacking somebody, right? He didn't see the knife. Maybe he did. I don't know. I can't tell you what he didn't see, right? But from the video, I don't see the knife. Maybe somebody else could see it, but I don't see the knife. She's attacking someone, and the person falls to the ground. Whether I don't know if she fell because she tripped or she fell because she got hit by the girl. But by the time she fell to the girl, she wasn't the primary target to her because she could have went in on that girl. She was on the ground. She could have went in. She turned around and went to somebody else. And at that moment, from the body cam of the officer,
that's what he sees is the attacker.
that's what I see. I'm telling you what I see.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not
that's what
telling you what
that's
he
what
sees.
the officer also
But
sees.
based what I think he would see, because of what I'm seeing from his video, is he's also saying, stop, like, or I can't remember exactly what he said, but it's definitely to don't do what you're doing, right? And he let his shots go off, right?
Wait a minute. That's what happened
Yep.
from that officer's cam. So based on, because you said you don't even, we're so fucking like, we don't even want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
So based on what he just told you, was the officer right? Was he wrong? Should he have handled it
My
better?
thing is, as an officer, you're trained to use your firearm, right?
Absolutely.
Or you should be at least.
Right.
There's a way to calm a situation down. Even if you got to use your firearm, you don't have to shoot to kill.
I disagree with that too. I'll tell you why I disagree with that.
Let him
All right,
finish.
get finished and I'll tell you.
The reason why it's hard for me to answer this question is because I'm answering this. It's like say your girl, right? Hypothetically speaking, let's say your girl cheated on you 4 times. You catch her a 5th time, and she's like, she got an excuse, and it might be a legitimate one. It might not be her fault. You know, the dude might have pressed on her. Because of everything else that happened before that, you're not going to give her the benefit of the doubt. That's how I feel with the police right now. It's hard for me to give you the benefit of the doubt when I know that y'all are looking at black people and saying, no matter what happens, I'm going to shoot to kill you because I don't want you to be here.
I agree with you.
Can I use my analogy?
I think. Hold on. Let me hold on, because I know you got very.
Can I use?
I know you got very important shit.
I'm gonna let you go. I just want to use my analogy for the public.
Okay.
A lot of times these police officers in this country, and I'm not saying every police officer in this country, but there's a lot of bad apples, and if nobody's trying to get the bad apples out of the barrel,
fucking barrel, yeah.
But anyway, it's like there's a loose pit bull or a loose whatever kind of animal, and they call a dog catcher or whatever, right? And a dog catcher pulls up, he sees a pit bull or a whatever kind of dog. He's like, listen, I don't want to kill this dog or do no harm to this dog, but if he busts any kind of move,
I'm gonna have to put him down.
That's how they treat. Not all cops.
Not
but
all
a lot
cops.
of cops treat black men like that.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Like,
I agree.
like we're animals.
I agree.
Like, I don't want to kill you,
Absolutely.
but if you bust any kind of move,
I'm going to put you down. Now,
but what
I have to say this.
What we have done, though, hold on. And trust me, I want you to talk.
No, I'm only going to say the one thing. I have to say this.
Yeah.
I know police officers. I have police officer friends.
Okay.
Not all police officers are bad. I know that.
absolutely
But
not.
see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? You just said something that's very important. When you look at family members, right? When you look at, and I'm not talking
Family,
about like
friends, all of that.
David Chauvin specifically. But think about this gentleman, right? Because I told John this earlier. I said, this gentleman, at the time that happened, how fast it happened, I don't know how I would have reacted.
And in whose perspective you talking about?
You talking about Chauvin?
No.
Are you talking about Michaela?
I
I said how fast.
Yeah,
No, I
okay,
said, no, I'm
okay.
not talking about Chauvin.
Okay.
You're talking about Michaela.
Michaela,
okay. Yeah.
right? The young lady, when you, going back to when you said, why we don't shoot to kill, why we don't shoot to injure, right? So when you shoot to injure, right? So think about what are some things that you could shoot to injure. More than likely it's your legs or your arms. Anything other than that, it's shoot to kill. Body, stomach, chest, head, shoot to kill.
Shoot to kill, yeah.
Right? This woman is wielding a knife. Now, when you pull up on a scene, there's no literature, but there's no dialogue
Except your eyes.
There's no dialogue of, hey, this is the victim. The one wielding the knife now, before y'all got here, this is the victim. Somebody try to calm her down. None of that. It's get out the car. She come out wilding, respectfully, doing what she got to do.
Please give us many comments
Right?
on this, please,
Right?
my audience.
This is my point of view. And then the man shot her, center chest, bang, 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 bang.
Boom, gone.
Send a mass.
Center mass. Center
No, you
mass.
said it right. They're both right.
Right? Bang, 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 bang. Now, I don't know if that was something like, hey, if I shoot her once, she might still swing more. I need to let her have it. Right? Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
Right? But then I look at now at this point when I'm looking at this case as a juror, right? When I'm like, all right, for the most part, this is the situation. If it gets to that point, right? I'm looking at this case as a juror and I'm saying, all right, this man, how would have reacted in this position? If I was if I was in that position, right? But then for me, what's the most important part for me is I now need to look back at what this man's history is, right? Does he have a history? And I'm not saying that if you don't have a history, doesn't mean that you're not a racist or that you're not liable to kill somebody. But I think history is important, right? Because just like David Chauvin, John mentioned that he didn't hear about this, but I'm sure some of our followers will remember this.
This is a good point you're making. I want you to make this point. All right, they're ready. Go ahead.
All right. So
what was he? What did that cop do before this?
So they pulled up some more information on David Chauvin that he had a violation or
a complaint
about him kneeling on a teenager's neck for over 17 minutes. Right?
Did you hear
Fortunately,
about that?
I did not hear about that.
Yeah. So
I'll be looking for
Google
shit.
it
That's
to
the
make
thing.
sure, just to make sure that I'm 100% right. Yeah. David Chauvin,
17 teenager, 17 minutes.
Kneels on teen. You could just put kneels on teen, and I'm sure it'll pop up. Oh, just put kneels on teen, and I'm sure it'll pop up. So,
but wait, but before we go too far, we're still on Michaela and the perspective he gave you. I want to hear from you.
Yeah,
I want to hear from you.
How do you? So I looked at it from a cop's cam because that's right in front of him.
Yeah.
Right. As this situation, not everybody's situation, but this one, based on what I just said to you, and what you know of this case so far, how do you look at this case with this white gentleman or this white man compared to what we're used to?
All right, so two things. The first thing is, before we even get to the cop showing up, where the fuck was everybody else when this shit was going down, right?
Right. Family members, friends,
neighbors, whatever.
Well, we're in a black neighborhood. Most of us look to for the entertainment when it comes to that.
Yeah, but
is that true? I don't know if that's true, but maybe you're right. Maybe
that's
you're right.
very true. Bro.
Maybe
when we see two,
maybe I was hoping it was.
It gotta be. You gotta be fam for me to not pull out my camera. Not me, but like the average person in the hood.
I'm
for them not to pull out their camera.
People that are sitting on this podcast would do everything they could to make the police not show up.
Not only forget the police, bro. It's two women.
Right.
I mean, not two women, but it's women.
It's women
trying to jump.
Let me ask you a question, Spade. Let me ask you a question. I could be off on this. Have you ever dialed 911 and called the police and they helped you and made the situation better?
I'll be honest.
All right.
You go.
Listen,
go ahead.
I've never in my life dialed 911.
There's a
ever.
So
like
I
for
dialed
anything.
911 one time. My mom's had gallstones in her stomach.
Mm-hmm. That's a big deal, though.
And I never heard of gallstones in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was about I'm super lying. How could I say I dialed 911? I don't even want to get too deep in this. My mom was in an abusive relationship. I dialed 911 many times when I was a kid. But as a nigga that could defend himself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I dialed 911 one time.
Yeah.
I'm lying again, twice. So I dialed 911
Go ahead.
time when my mother got
go ahead,
sick.
take a minute.
When my mother got sick, right? And someone was also murdered in front of my home, in front of my doorstep.
Damn.
And I had to call 911. I had to call.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Put a body in my house? I had to call.
You know, I
911.
try to ask a question that I thought would go here. And it goes
there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get into all that. But somebody was murdered in front of my doorstep, so I had to call 911 to get the nigga out of here. But long story short,
do you agree with? Wait a minute. Do you agree or do you not agree with this? The behavior of the officer with Michaela Bryant. She was running. This is what I saw, and I agree with what he's telling you. I saw a video of a cop rolling up, and there was a girl wilding. She tossed the girl and jumped off of her, and she went at the girl with a knife. Like the girl that was.
You saw the knife.
Yeah, they got it.
No.
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. If you didn't.
I believe what I was told. I didn't actually, with my eyes, see an actual knife.
You ain't see it either, though.
No. You do see it.
Okay.
You do see it.
He saw what he saw. I didn't see an actual knife.
For me,
maybe he looked better. I got bad eyesight.
I see a sharp object, nigga.
Okay. Right.
I don't see nothing that bitch wasn't holding no fucking action figure.
Right.
She was holding. She had something in her hand. And let me tell you something. If you're about to beat somebody's ass, all right. Let me not implement that there's anything that she didn't have. Right. But what I did see, based on the positive, and I'm not justifying. I'm kind of but I'm not justifying.
I understand what you're saying.
But I'm trying to say that we need to. We can't make judgments so fast.
Right.
And I'm not. LeBron James, one of my favorite niggas in the.
Are you trying to say that sometimes it's a good shoot?
The police actions are justified?
Yo, let me tell you something, B. If that was my mama in front of that girl, when that girl was rushing at that woman, she was rushing at her with force. So even when she swung that,
if the girl was your mother,
if the girl
she was rushing at was your mother,
you putting her down.
I wouldn't be mad at that cop. I'm just saying, based on what I saw, because what they did. See. Let me tell you something about when it comes to cops putting out videos of body cam.
They're not putting anything out. It's just
fast. Right? When something happens, they know. They like no average person is gonna like
the cops putting out body camera footage right away as a new phenomenon. They never did that shit before. There was like,
but usually it helps them.
New, though, no?
But usually it helps them. Or it's like they know that the media has video and they want to get ahead of it, so they want to put it out first so they don't say
I'll agree with you though. If they put that body cam footage out quick, it means that they confident that
think about a lot of the killings of these young black people, right? And you hear that the shit happened 5 months ago, 6 months ago. It's because they didn't want to put that shit out, right? Because they're gonna take an L.
Yeah,
they're gonna take an L. In this situation, based on how he jumped out,
I feel like they're all coming out right away now. There's no.
I don't think they're all coming out.
I feel like the standard has been set. You can't hold a video. Adam Toledo, Chicago, Mexican.
Yeah, the young is it Mexican? Latino, regardless. Latino.
He had a gun.
He did.
But he wasn't threatening nobody with it.
He dropped it, and he's scared.
That's enough for cops, though. That's enough.
Why?
What is the threshold?
That's a question I can't really
What
answer.
is the threshold to just kill somebody?
What is the threshold? For me,
I don't know.
I can't picture myself killing somebody unless they do some extreme harm to my family.
Unless you look at him like a pit bull.
I disagree with you. I disagree,
to
bro.
kill somebody, bro, that's the end. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree, bro.
Like I would want to hurt somebody.
Look at both, but I'm not.
What do you mean?
I'm not assuming
like you
your
gave,
answer,
you
but
gave
look at
like
both
three
sides.
examples. Like there's a lot of reasons in this world. I'm not saying I would kill somebody. Right.
Don't answer that, Ice. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Good.
But we're talking about a specific thing in a box. Trained police officers that react off certain situations. Wait a minute. There's been so many videos of police officers treating people with knives, with guns, being aggressive, figuring out, de-escalating, calming it down, and figuring the situation out. And then you got all these other videos where it's like, you escalated the situation. You made it worse. Why did you make it worse? And then somebody ends up getting shot or killed or kneeled on.
Right.
It's like, it's not logical. The things that's going on with the police in this country is not a 1+1 situation. That's not what I believe. What I believe is going on is a lack of training.
Yep.
Over lack of training. Like an overhaul of
what's a better word than overlap? Because it's that.
Like an overhaul of unnecessary training. Like the aggressive combat training.
I don't think that's a training thing. I think that's
them how to
in
be
the people.
soldiers in Iraq, and these are your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your family members. We're a community in this country.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What you saying that?
Yeah.
How many times have we seen a white criminal doing something to where the cops give them all the leeway in the world? I just saw a video. I know I try not to watch these videos because I do not want to normalize seeing that type of trauma, right? When I do eventually have children, I want them to
see it though. That's why you should. Giving you advice because
okay.
Same question with black people. How many videos have? I'm agreeing with you so much. Go ahead.
No, but there's the last video
question.
that I saw was of a white guy in a truck.
Yep.
Driving frantically. The cops is like, yo, chill.
Almost killed
the cop. And they just like,
I 100%
so
agree.
What makes the cops look at that situation and say, I'm not gonna fire on this guy.
Right.
And look at a black situation and say, and again, I have a million
like
white friends that I love to death.
It's almost when you look at like the statistics of black cops killing black people.
Anecdotal
maybe
evidence.
the statistics.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, let me finish my point. He asked me a question. Right?
Go ahead.
So in response to what you're saying, I'm not saying that there aren't black cops that kill black people, right? Obviously, it doesn't hit social media because even black people killing black people don't hit social media unless you kill 10 motherfuckers in one city or some shit, right? But I think it also has to do with the it's not the white people that are posting those videos that you see. It's not. I mean, it might be the white people that are on our side, right? But the white people who don't give a fuck about us, they're not the ones posting those videos that you see, right? So the same way with us. When the last time you seen us post a video of a black man killing
another black
dude.
Yeah, that's true too.
We don't do that shit.
Going
so
by
of
that
course,
same, wait a minute.
So
going
of
by
course,
that same token,
of course, hold on. And then I'll give you the platform. I'll give you all the platform. Look at this. I know there's factual life, right? Mm-hmm. But we also have to look at how our phones,
the media,
social media is set up, right? Like we're geared. In this situation with Ma'Khia, it's very unfortunate. Ma'Khia Bryant. Yes, let's say her name fully. Ma'Khia Bryant.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate she lost her life. But it's very hard for me to look at it on a racial level, given the speed of how everything happened and what that man jumped out the car into. So with that being said, I hope that, I know you said you didn't see this because you don't look at this shit, but I hope that.
I mean, I hear about it all the time.
I hope, but I want you need to start looking at this.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna finish this one more thing. Because you said you said having kids. You said having kids, right?
I'm not even gonna say anything.
You said having kids, right? Yes. You said having kids. Me having young boys, bro, it would be a detriment to me to not look at these videos. I just wanted to say that about how I feel about the perspective of the situation. I think it's unfortunate, but I think this is a case that would be really hard for me to just be like, I'm a black man, put this nigga under the grave.
Okay, so what I would say to that is, you said something in your statement where you mentioned the word systemic, right? Mm-hmm. Where we talk about what we're used to seeing because of who we are, what we might search on social media or the internet or talk about amongst ourselves. When we talk about how white police officers or sometimes just white people, and this is not, when I speak, I do not speak in absolutes. I know for a fact that there are white people who are very good people. I know that there are cops who are very good people. Yeah, I know that, okay? So when I speak, I'm not speaking in absolutes, right? Yeah. So when we talk about how we are conditioned to think and believe and see things, we also have to remember that the way we're conditioned as black people, white people are conditioned, white people, not as a whole, some are conditioned way deeper and further than we are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
not survival knowledge.
Right. Exactly. So when we think about how we would handle it, or black cops killing other black people, yeah, it does happen, but it doesn't hold the same weight as a white person killing a black person.
Absolutely not.
Because of what we've been experiencing for the past 1,000 years, and I'm being exaggerant.
Yeah,
so
I think it was
pretty close though.
I think it was like 300 or 400.
Okay,
yeah, maybe
300
like 6.
years.
Maybe like 6.
Okay.
600, yeah. 300.
What's the difference?
It's a lot.
6 or 1,000.
I agree with John. John's way more intelligent in this field than I am.
I'm gonna let you finish, but 1 day is too long.
Yeah,
which is
1 day is too long.
Which is what I posted. The score right now, score, if we had to score it, is 1 to 1 million. That's the score.
What? Every level.
When we talk about David Chauvin, right? If I'm saying his name right,
don't say his name right.
Whatever.
Oh, David Chauvin.
Whatever you want to call
Chauvin, yeah, fuck that nigga.
That bitch ass nigga.
We got 1 point
that just
off
got
that.
found guilty.
He good.
We got 1 point off of that.
Well, we not good yet.
They got 1 million points.
They haven't said. Hold on. That was what. Remember when I was trying to tell y'all what was my point, and we couldn't get back to it. I couldn't remember. I remember. You just brought me back. You just brought me back. So while I'm watching the video, right? While I'm watching, my son is over here. He don't know what the fuck is going on, right? I'm watching the video. Judge gets the fucking paperwork. Mm-hmm. And this is hypothetically that this man does not know what is going on, okay? Mm-hmm. He's going through the paperwork. And I've always noticed that from experience and my own experience and watching TV, that the verdict is at the bottom of the paperwork. Mm-hmm. So they always right? Mm-hmm. And they get to the bottom.
He read it.
Bro, that nigga went like this. If I got the paper, this nigga was like.
I agree with him. He definitely read it.
Yo, bro, when he did that, I knew it was on. I knew, yo, bro. Wait. He took the paper and he chopped. Yo, bro, he took the paper.
Yeah.
And he tapped it on the table.
We know what that means.
He didn't know what it was said before he saw the paper.
Bro, he knew at that moment. Because there was a portion that John keeps saying that he didn't see this part, but if I can find it, I hope my editors can find it. Mm-hmm. But there was a portion where he was talking to David Chauvin, or just talking to the defense, and just
let me get my notes back.
Oh yeah, just talking to the defense, right?
He took my notes.
My bad. And he was talking to the defense, and you could just tell like his energy was like basically like anything else y'all niggas got to see. Right. Anything else y'all niggas got to go over because
we know what's
this is a rap, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when he looked at it, it was more. Excuse me if I'm loud again. But when he looked at it, he was going through his shit, and he tapped the paper. I swear to my kids, bro. When he tapped the papers,
you just knew.
I would have, I would have threw my son across the room if he would have said not guilty. Bro.
Right.
That's how confident I was that this dude is. But here's the deal, though, bro. Yes, we got a verdict, we got a charge, we got the murder, we got the manslaughter, we got all that good shit. Mm-hmm. But in maximum perspective, the maximum this man can get is 40 years.
I like that.
The maximum? No.
Coin that. Maximum perspective.
Let me tell you why.
The maximum ain't 40.
It is 40. I'm going to tell you why. If you want to explain first why it is.
It is.
If you want to
because
each...
Wait. I'm already in agreement.
But if you want to explain...
There's two charges that are worth 40.
All right. Let me give you a little bit perspective on what they're doing.
Because 12 is the minimum, right?
What they're doing is...
Yeah.
He got the 12, he got the 20, he got all this other shit, right? So the maximum... Or whatever his maximum is.
The look in his eyes.
But it's the
40 years.
It's the concurrency. So they're running in concurrent. So his maximum is 40 years.
What does concurrent mean versus consecutive? Because people have heard those things before. What is
well, if you know what both of them mean, if you don't know what both of them mean, it's obvious. If you know what they both mean, it's obvious. If
I'm not asking you a question.
Saying you don't.
I'm asking a question for our audience.
All right. So consecutive is after you finish your term, you got to pick up the next one. Right? So you do 20 years and you got to charge in Louisiana, that's another 3 years.
DJ Khaled.
You got to go and pick another one.
DJ Khaled.
Another one. You got to go and pick that up. Right? But concurrent is if they say, hey, listen, you got to charge over here. You got to charge over here. We're going to give you a total of 30 years and running concurrent. Mm-hmm. That means that we're going to, instead of you having 46 years in one shot, we're just going to give you 46 years with all that shit added up. Mm-hmm. You're just going to get one charge of 40.
Right.
So I think our agreement is concurrent on what we feel about Chauvin. Mm-hmm. But you disagree? 40 is 40 is the maximum. Right?
No, 40, listen, 40, he has charges where the maximum he can get on the highest charge is 40 years.
I was about to say.
Wait. No,
and that can happen on two different charges, no?
No, it's not. The maximum, they're only
he has second degree. He has
wait a minute. They're only going to, and listen, this is a big audience
I could be
right
wrong.
here.
All right. So in the comments, if I'm wrong, then correct me.
Please correct all of us.
But I know, I've been watching this shit hard.
Yeah.
I watched a few specials on
the biggest charge. The maximum he could get is 12.5.
On one charge?
Let me finish.
Nah.
No.
He's wrong. You're wrong,
John. Let me finish. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yep.
I've been wrong many times.
Yes, and you never admit it, but go ahead. Go ahead, bitch. Go ahead, bitch.
Look at this.
Go ahead, bitch. Go ahead, bitch. Go ahead,
so,
bitch.
To paraphrase,
go ahead.
They're only going to give him the time on the largest charge. Don't say nothing, right? On that largest charge, it's 12. But balance it out. If there's other incidences, you're depraved, you're malicious, you knelt on his neck in front of a 9-year-old girl who had to testify in the court. These things could add extra years to your charge.
I'm gonna help John get some perspective on
And
this.
what that would lead to is 40 years. If you're telling me he could get more than 40 years, I want to know, and I'm happy to know this. Wait. Spade,
okay.
What's your understanding?
I do think he can get more than 40 years because from what I understood, and I could be wrong. You know, y'all been saying correct me, so correct me too.
Please.
Is that the highest he could have gotten on one charge was 40?
Okay, and you're right, and that actually gives my point. So that's what concurrent means, right?
What charge?
So whatever your highest charge is, right? No matter what you get below that, it means nothing because you're going to serve your highest charge.
Right.
That's concurrent. So we're going to put that in your highest charge, which is my point. And I'm not saying like I just listen to reporters all day, but I just remember a reporter saying Chauvin will be able to be out when he's 85 or something around 80 something.
Okay, that's fine.
Right? So he has the ability to walk out of jail in his 80s, right? What happened is his top charge has a maximum. Second degree murder has a maximum in that state or whatever in their jurisdiction of 40 years.
I disagree,
right?
But
all right, let me finish.
Sorry,
right?
My bad.
Everything below that has whatever it has, right? Because that's not important to me unless it's consecutive.
Which means he would
He
do
would
the
take
40 plus the whatever,
plus the 12 plus
whatever.
the 6 plus the you know
which
what
means
I mean?
he's probably gonna die in
keep hitting
jail.
them,
Right.
So I'm not saying that he's not capable of getting 40, right? I mean getting more.
I want to know how he can get more.
He can get more.
Tell me, because I'm not.
He can get more, but the judge has the ability to give him the maximum of his highest charge
To be that
and
number.
run it concurrent.
Concurrent, right.
Yes.
Okay.
He has the ability. The judge, because it all comes down to the judge.
I didn't know about that part.
The judge is.
He can interchange consecutive.
Concurrent.
No.
Current.
No, well, I don't want to. Let me not get the laws wrong as far as that. As far as him having the ability to change.
I think you've told our audience what those terms mean.
What I'm saying is,
does the judge have the discretion to decide consecutive
versus concurrent?
No.
Okay.
What I believe is that
Please
the maximum that this man can get, the maximum that this man can get is 40 years. And they have to run it concurrently. If they don't, then the judge does have the ability to
What's
run
concurrently again?
Is when they take your highest charge
and let that be the number.
Anything below
which is what? The highest charge is
40.
For him. For any, you talking about for anybody?
I'm talking about for him.
His highest charge, he could get 40 years.
Anybody that has that.
Anybody that has a concurrent case. All right, him specifically.
Right.
His highest charge, he will get 40 years, whether they run it concurrently or consecutive.
No, but
his highest specific charge.
Right.
Not saying that his highest amount of years he can get.
Okay.
His highest specific charge.
What my
is
co-host
40
is
years.
saying is that he has a possibility to be free again.
Yes, while he's alive.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So what I'm trying to say is we have won the battle, but we haven't won the war.
We have not.
Because the chances are
Numbers again?
the chances are look at this.
What?
You got to look at it this way
million.
too. And remember when I was telling y'all about going back to the situation that the cop killed Micaiah and going back to looking at the history of this gentleman, Micaiah Bryant, and going back to looking at the history because of the situation of how it happened. I can't really have a full judgment on this man until I look at his history. When you look at David Chauvin, right, he's obviously...
He has a history
I want y'all to go back at home when y'all got a chance and look back at... Did you?
Yes, it was in 2017, and he put his knee on a 14-year-old boy's back.
For how long?
For 17 minutes.
How many minutes?
17 minutes.
17
Say it
minutes.
louder.
17 minutes.
So wait a minute.
so
I just
for
want to
me-
say this. Derek Chauvin, my bad, I pronounced his name right. Ex-officers kneeled on an... Who did he kneel on?
A 14.
14-year-old boy.
Was this
he
in
black?
Minnesota also?
Was he?
Yes.
Was he black?
Yes.
Yes. So see, for me, so hold on. So that's my point. That's my point.
He called the police.
Let's say.
Wait.
He called the police asking for help because his mother was being
me a light.
abusive towards him.
The
So he called asking for help, and instead,
Got kneeled on.
a knee on his back.
that sounds
Which is
really
kinda
similar to Michaela
Micaiah.
Bryant.
I mean, to Micaiah.
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 Bryant.
Micaiah.
I'm sorry.
And he was saying he couldn't breathe.
He said that.
He said, "I can't breathe."
So
Wow.
right. So like yeah.
They stopped is when his mother interjected and said, "Please get your knee off my son's back."
Oh, my son's back.
And after that, then finally.
And he had enough humanity to listen to the
finally
mother.
listen.
So there was,
So for me, like, all right. So let's just execute this young white, whatever that gentleman or that officer that killed this young lady. Let's get him out the picture and put David in that picture.
Yeah,
right?
that bitch ass nigga.
Even if it was David.
Excuse me. Wait a minute. That bitch ass cop, ex-cop.
Yeah.
Should never
Yeah.
been a cop.
Go ahead, finish with that. Yeah, you good.
That's all facts.
So what? Wait a minute. Let me put it in a box. He knelt on another person's neck for 17 minutes.
Teenager.
On his back.
A teenager.
A
A child.
14
For
years old.
17 minutes.
So
And luckily, wait a minute. And luckily, this guy listened to the mother and this guy survived.
yeah. So here's my point, John. So let's put David Chauvin in the position of the white man that killed
Mekhi Bryant.
right? So he didn't have the George Floyd incident. We didn't know anything about the 17-year-old incident, right? I could be I don't want to say I'm vouching for him.
You would be
but
swayed.
I could be swaying for somebody
You could be logical.
that logically off of what I see right now, I'm not 100%
Yeah.
in doubt of what he
So-
did.
so you're
Like I
saying-
think he would have done it. So here's my point. As a juror, the facts are there, the video is there, but that's not enough for me. What's his past?
So
That's
you're
what I'm
saying
looking
the white cop who killed Mekhi Bryant,
I need to know his past.
you need to know his past. And if his past,
what I see right there, I can't.
if his
I can't
past
do what
comes
David
back
Chauvin on.
clean,
Talk to us, Spade.
if his past comes back clean,
if his past comes back clean as a juror, if I decided that I wouldn't convict him and send him away for the rest of his life, I probably could sleep at night.
let me go back to something you said earlier. You said if the woman that was being attacked by Mekhi Bryant was your mother, you can't say you would be mad at the police officer,
I
right?
wouldn't be.
Okay. You being that, put yourself in that position, right?
Of who?
Of you watching someone attack someone that you knew, loved, whatever.
Somebody that you would die for.
Okay. Is your initial reaction to say, I gotta kill this person?
If I got a gun?
Be honest.
If I got a gun?
Be honest.
If I got a gun? And
Regardless of,
No.
you can have a machete, a gun, whatever.
Absolutely.
Your initial reaction is to say, I gotta kill this person for attacking.
So, for
my mother.
instance, I'm gonna give you an example, right? Remember what I told you?
Great question.
It's a great question,
That's a
and I
great
hope I
question.
give you a great answer to this.
Be in the streets though. Wait a minute. Let me set it up. Let me set it up a little bit. You in the streets. You're hanging out. It's summertime in New York City. We had a barbecue.
Now, you give it a raw scenario.
So give me a scenario.
I'm giving you this scenario.
Give me a
okay? I'm gonna
scenario.
keep it real.
Give me a-
I'm keeping it real with you, right? And I wish I had the opportunity because if I did, I know I care about this man now. In hindsight,
Give
even
me the
looking back,
scenario.
right? But I told you that I called 911 more than one or two times. I watched my
he's
mom.
from
You ever seen that? And y'all might laugh at this, but you ever seen the episode of Martin where Gina had her head in the motherfucking that shit was
Damn,
funny
I
as
tried.
fuck,
I
right?
said I wasn't gonna laugh because it's a serious topic, but
That
that
shit
shit,
was funny as fuck,
hilarious.
right?
Yeah.
That was my mom in real life.
Damn, bro.
This nigga shoved my mother through the fucking baby crib shit, busting my
Who was
mom's
this?
nose.
Who was this man?
I don't
Just
want to
like
go
a
into
boyfriend.
That. No, it was a boyfriend of hers.
How old were you?
That to this day, even
How old
now,
were you?
I was like probably like 8 years old, like
Okay.
9 years old, Right?
So you couldn't really do as much as
I
you
couldn't do
want.
shit.
I'm just setting it up
This
for
man
I'm
was
just setting it
big
up for the
man,
story.
Big black man. You know what I'm saying? And
It's nothing
I couldn't
you
do
could
nothing
do.
about it, right? But if I had a gun, hell yeah, I'd
You'd
have
have killed
that
him.
shit. Hell yeah, I'd have killed him.
What
And
if
I
you was a
probably-
grown man and you saw it happen, and you could equal that big black man that you talking
If I
about?
would've saw-
What if you could equal his strength, or if I had another way to stop him besides shooting him?
if he was beating on her with his physical hands, I would have physically either tried to restrain him as a professional, like
Yeah.
as an officer,
Yeah.
right? If I'm looking at what I think,
No,
I
but
would've
you as a
done.
person, forget being an officer. You as a person, your mentality.
If I got a gun,
Yeah.
and you beating my mom, I'm shooting you. That's a fact. That's 100% fact.
I agree
nigga.
with you on that. I
That's
agree with you on
100%
that.
fact.
I agree with you on that.
Okay, so-
now you looking at somebody that is a complete stranger.
But you're in the service.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
You're not looking at it from a person that you just walking in the gas station to get gas.
But we're
right?
still human beings at the end of the day.
But at the end of the day,
We're
I
human
would. So
beings.
yes, I would. If I saw a dude beating on his wife,
Yeah.
and he was too big for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to restrain physically with my hands, and he shoved me off the
First
girl.
of all, the
already
fact
answered-
I'm
that
busting
you
my gun.
initially said
You already
I
answered
would
the
try to
question.
physically
You already
restrain
answered the
him.
question.
That your initial thought is not to say I gotta kill this man.
No. He's beating on her with his hands. That's different, bro.
All right, so now
That's different.
So now
When
he's
you're
like,
talking about
stop
a
beating on.
knife,
Stop beating. Wait a minute.
you
I'm
don't-
gonna set it up. Let me set it up. So you see a man beating on somebody. I'm not gonna say your mother because that's
All right,
Wait
anyone.
a
That's
minute,
extreme.
wait a minute,
That's
wait a minute,
extreme.
Let me finish.
It could be beating on
Let me
Glory and I
finish.
don't fucking know Glow.
That word is really emotional. Let's just say somebody that you love,
Okay.
that you would defend.
That's different though, because that's not
When it-
somebody he loved, bro. You trying to compare apples to oranges. You can't tell me
Let
that
me
this man
finish.
is standing there.
Let me-
He don't know this. He don't know nobody that he pulled up to the scene on. Give me a real example of me being in a situation where somebody I have no idea about, and I'm just being a fucking good dude that has the ability to help. That's
All right.
what he's
And
trying
your
to do.
initial
So you
reaction
see-
is not
you
to
see
kill.
You see a person. We're black men in here, right? Right? Obviously. So we have a certain. So if you see a black woman getting assaulted, that triggers a reaction in you, maybe. Right?
I see. I don't care if it's black, bro. I love that.
I agree.
love the black.
All
thing.
right, so
But a
let's make
woman,
it more
period,
real. So
a
let's
woman
make it
being-
more real.
a woman
Let's
being
make it more
assaulted.
real. You see,
Okay.
you may see a white man that has an
Any-
advantage,
Yes, any man
and he's
assaulting a woman.
overpowering, and he's going at a black woman like that.
Now I'm not putting
And
out my
if
gun.
it doesn't matter the color, it's still the same answer.
The chances of me pulling out a gun as a civilian and killing a person for attacking a woman, I have
With a
the-
knife, with a knife.
or with their bare hands, I have the chances of going to jail and
Right.
going to jail for the rest of my life. But being someone who has sworn oath to protect and serve, and taken in the middle of, bro, you talking about a matter of, and I'm not saying I'm right, bro. But I'm telling you off of what I see. I don't want to go off of social media.
wait a minute, wait a
Hold on,
minute.
let me finish my point. I don't want to go for social media and where everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of, oh yeah, he the next nigga that
I'm not
killed.
questioning you. I'm
Yeah.
not questioning you,
Bro.
I just want to hear your answer. Your
It's hard to get
perspective.
his answer because he didn't see it.
Just believe. If you took our word
Initially,
as bond, what would your? I just want to hear his perspective. on it.
as it's hard to say, yo, if I was a police officer, because I've never.
None of us can say that.
None of us can say that. But looking,
Yes, you can. Let me tell you how. And I know this might sound crazy, right? Have you ever been responsible for a child?
Yes.
Have you ever been responsible for?
Never been trained to be responsible for a child.
Yeah.
Child? But there's
You've never
some
been
things,
obligated to be.
There's some things.
Wait a
that's
minute. You've never been trained to raise a child. You've never been obligated and paid specifically to raise a child.
Right.
These guys are trained
Right.
and given all these rules
Right.
and telling them
Right.
things you can't do and you can't do.
And I agree.
Yeah.
And just like on the
That's not
just
a
like,
dad.
Just like in the David
That's a
Chauvin.
public servant.
Hold on. Just like in the David Chauvin case, there's certain things that you don't need to be that to understand reality. right? You don't need to be trained. You don't need to be this. You don't need to be that. Just on a humanity level, you already know
but
that
you're
this
held
is
to
right
a
or
different
wrong.
standard.
You are, and that's why
as an officer,
right? So to the courts and to all that shit, he's held to a standard. Let's just say there was no courts and all that, and we were just looking at it from a people perspective, right? This young lady, unfortunately, was killed by him, right? But what I saw was not enough for me to go on social media and assassinate this man.
Let me ask you a question, G. Both of y'all. Have you ever been in a situation where something was happening that was extreme and somebody talked one of the people involved off the ledge? Have you ever been in that situation?
Where they talked them off the ledge, you said? Yeah. Well,
whatever was going on, chill.
They overhyped them. Overhyped them.
Right. How many times have you ever been in a situation where the cops pulled up, drew their weapon, and everybody said, fuck the cop that pulled out his weapon, we're going to continue to try to kill each other? How many times have you ever
What do you
seen
mean? I'm a little lost on
If
that.
I'm a police officer, hypothetically speaking, this will never happen. You and John getting into it right now.
Right.
You got a knife, you got whoever, and I pull up and I pull my weapon out. One of y'all gonna back down and say, "Oh shit, the cop is here, drew his weapon," right? Or y'all gonna still fight each other while the cop is standing here.
It happens all
with
the
his
time,
weapon.
which is exactly what happened at the girls. At Makaya's.
Listen, this is.
I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to be respectful to that particular situation. But the woman who Ma'Khia Bryan was attacking, was she still trying to attack Ma'Khia Bryan at the same time?
So here's the deal. So So this is all off the video that I'm trying to give you perspective on.
Mm-hmm.
From what I saw, the cop jumps out the car. As he's jumping out of the car, he's going to this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
The young lady is attacking another young lady.
Mm-hmm.
The young lady that she's attacking falls on the ground. The cop is trying to stop her from attacking the young lady or he's screaming
Mm-hmm.
out, yeah, stop, whatever. When that young lady falls to the ground, to me, she's not the relevant person.
The young lady on the ground.
On the ground.
Okay.
Because the advantage that girl had on that young lady on the ground, she could have, if she had a knife, she could have probably killed that young lady, right? Yep. Even with the cop being closer than me and you are to Ma'Khia and the other girl. I think he was close enough to try to grab her. Mm. She either broke loose or he never got a chance to grab her. Mm-hmm. What I see from the body cam is that she starts attacking a girl that's probably as far as the wall distance. Mm-hmm. She's up against a car. So there's a car, and she's at the the passenger side of the car. Mm-hmm. So there's no backup.
Running at me to stab
there's no backup.
The cop shot her.
Right? There's no backup. So there's a part where, of course, when you see it in fast motion, you don't see it that way. Mm-hmm. But when they stop it, you see the young lady with a object in her hand. To me, it looks like a shot, like something that would do damage, right? And they stop it, and then if they let the pause go, then you hear him stop, pop, 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 and he kills this young lady.
Here's the thing.
Now,
listen to me for a second.
It's very bad. It's a very bad situation.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
but it's not a David Chauvin. It's not.
I can see your point. To be fair,
on web media, on social media,
listen to me.
like this. Now, if this man got a history
this,
now we talking.
Watch this.
But to just come to these conclusions the way we are, it's like this is our culture, the way we move.
Can you listen to me for a second?
Yes.
To my audience. To everybody that's listening right now, this is the trauma we go through as black men specifically and black people as a culture. Mm-hmm. We argue about these things and we go through these things. But tonight, we're here with one of the best R&B singers you've seen in your life.
Yeah, I know.
We running late, but not too late.
Not too late.
So I'm gonna put myself on the spot and I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I appreciate you asking and us talking about this because I'm going to let a little bit of the cat out the bag. I might even be thinking about doing my own pod, right?
I hope we can be
I'll be your first guest.
Of course.
I'll be
I said I hope it will be a first.
He said, I hope I'll be a first. Yo, shut the fuck up.
Nah,
Fast. Yo, wait a minute.
It's 1,000% happening.
No, it's happening.
There's a new motherfucking podcast possibly come out, but this is my question I wanted to ask.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna set you up. This is Jack Moose Pod. This is episode 9.
Yeah.
But I want you to sing it out for me.
What?
I want you to freestyle right now.
Freestyle?
Take us out.
I don't know if I can freestyle.
Is it a rap?
Take us out.
Is it a rap?
Take us out.
Is it a rap? Oh,
It's a rap?
Is it a rap for real? We didn't even get... Oh, is it a rap?
We might have to do a part 2.
Yeah, we gotta do a part.
We gotta do a part 2 because it's a lot of stuff.
We do 3 hours. We already did 3 hours already, baby.
Did we?
We did 3 hours already.
We ain't even get to half the stuff.
Spade.
All right. So listen. Here's the thing.
You're not following my lead.
I know
right
I am.
I want to hear him sing because he's an R&B singer. Obviously, he's smart and politically aware.
Inclined.
Yeah, we gonna
and woke. But what I want to know is,
all right,
take us out, Spade.
Listen, I'm the worst freestyler in the world in the history of freestyle. I'm terrible at it. So I'm gonna just hit y'all with.
All right, hold on. Can I give you something?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have your own, or can I pick something out the hat?
We could do both.
All right. So one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
In the game is Miguel.
Do I know any Miguel joints?
I'm not gonna put you on the spot and give you one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Say less.
But what I want is, I know you fuck with Miguel. There's no way.
I do fuck with Miguel.
Okay.
Can I say I know the lyrics to the Miguel records? Okay.
All right. So here's
take your earphones off.
I'm gonna tell you what song then.
Yeah.
Because this is not a hard song, and I think you know this song.
Talk to him.
What was the song? Did I say what was the song?
I'll sing that shit.
What was that song? How many drinks?
How many drinks? Oh damn! Do I know the lyrics?
Spades.
I don't know the lyrics though.
Edison. Spade. Sainsbury Jr. Shout out to Yave Tequila, our sponsor.
Shout out to Yave Tequila.
Take us out.
Yeah, thank you.
All I remember is, how many drinks will it take you to leave with me? That's all. I don't remember I don't know the words
keep
though.
Going. Sing it a
Girl,
couple
you
times.
look good. But I don't want to waste your time. Waste your time.
Put Jack Moose Pod in.
Jack Moose Pod. Back in my mind, I'm thinking about 2 or 3. You look good. I got money, but I don't want to waste your time.
Let's do it the right way. Fuck that. We're gonna do this the right way.
Jack Moose Pod, episode 9. We're going to take him out. What day is Mother's Day?
I think it's May 9th, bro.
To all the mothers and the lovers. Spade, Eddison, Spade, Sainsbury Jr.
Yeah. Baby, smile today, 'cause I've been on that journey always. I'm gonna love you better. And your friends will see it too when you think it's nothing less I can do. I'm gonna love you better.
Yeah. Jack Moose Pod, episode 9.
Bang, baby. Hey, we gonna thank